Good afternoon. I'm Travis Benfeda. This is one of my good friends,
Shola, how you doing?
and this is our presentation. He's gonna start charging me because anytime I have a group projects, I interview him. One of the biggest reasons being he has his MSW from FSU, and so I feel like he can definitely relate and answer some of these questions. But I didn't even tell him what this group project was on. It's just impromptu. This way, this way we can get the best answers that come straight to the mind, through the heart. And I'm gonna shoot with the first one. I'll tell you what it's about after the fact.
Okay, that's
but
fine.
the first question then that I have for you is, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think about being a black man in America?
Being a black man in America, personally, I feel like we are the most admired individuals on the face of this earth, personally. And that's why we receive a lot of the, negative stereotypes and things that, are associated with being black in America. So that's personally how I feel, being real.
And I'm sure you have, and maybe you could touch on how you have any adversity being African American, coming not only up through the social work program, but have you seen that benefit or even negatively impact you any bit?
Being a black male social worker has definitely been more of a benefit than, a negative thing. I noticed that patients feel that they can open up more with me. They feel more comfortable around me. I think it has more to do with me being a male, because in that setting you see a lot of female therapists. So, patients are usually used to seeing, female therapists.
Yeah.
And for me, it makes my job a little easier, and I really enjoy that. Patients find that comfort in me. Do I know why? I mean, I just told you that black men are the most my individuals in the world. I personally feel like, don't judge me on that, but hey, that's just how I feel.
What are a few things that come to mind when I say these two words, right? Like linking it together. African culture.
The first thing that comes to mind
Yeah.
is pride.
But what is some of the culture?
Of African culture.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, you have African American culture. You have Caribbean, Haitian culture. You have Nigerians. I'm Nigerian. You have Jamaicans. You have all type of just. It really is a really, that's really broad. That's really really broad. If
You're second generation Nigerian?
Yes.
So then what is some of that culture that mixed in with the American culture? I guess does it impact the food, the music, the dress, the family dynamics, some of that type of stuff?
But pretty much. Well, my father's Nigerian and my mother is actually second generation. She's Jamaican. So for me, what I've noticed being Nigerian American is that is more of like a sense of, I want to say pride again. It's more of like understanding that what you came here to do. My dad let me know going to Florida State that this is not a game. We're out here trying to really make money and do things and really represent our family in a good way. The Lawal brand is more of like, my family name is a brand. I represent something. So, and being that I have an understanding of my cultural background, a lot of, black males and black people in America don't have an understanding of, their culture.
And so that's something we've spoken about in class, right? We've talked about this topic, white privilege.
Right.
We've also talked about racism. What if you could speak on some of that? Like what if any have you had to deal with? As far as I don't know, racist attitude.
What did I walk in?
We don't have that much time. We don't
Okay. As far as white privilege, it's pretty much an unearned perk. We were talking about this in the group me the other day with Vincent and all of them, and it pretty much is white privilege is just the ability to not have to worry about certain things that affect a lot of people.
So what is something then that you've personally had to have worried about that maybe I myself may not have had to think about as much?
Shit. Driving down the street and not getting pulled over and shot down.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just keeping it real and just keeping it really basic. I mean, we were just talking about networking opportunities. I feel like an individual would be more inclined to put you in a position of power being a white male versus me, because I'm not capable of doing it, it's because they feel somewhat threatened by the progression of the culture and that individual personally.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
and so that's some of the things that we've spoken about, that the being threatened, right, or the fear of being threatened, right? Like this fear that oh, you're not like us, so let's try and put or keep you down in order to empower ourselves. And that was a few discussions that we've had in class, as well. And I'm sure we could probably spend a whole another 15-20 minutes discussing this topic.
This is the tip of the iceberg, man. You got me.
You didn't know what you was walking into, but we came into it.
Man.
I'm gonna finish with this last question, and this way we'll really, get some more insight. Best rapper, Eminem or Jay-Z? Give it to me.
Jay-Z, man.
Of course. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you for taking out the time, man. Always.
Oh, brother.